Hello there everybody, me Paddy from across the shuck, and this is a follow on to my collection videos, and this one is modern traditional knives, for want of better words, because I can't think of better words that would fit in there. So these are just modern interpretation of traditional knives. That was quite simple. Why didn't I say that first of all? Because I'm Paddy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of wee small ones out of the way to give myself a wee bit of room. These little knives here, I mean, this one is a wee San Remo knife. These are just slip joints, but they're, little tiny secondary knives. They are cracking little knives. I love San Remo, and I picked two out. This is another one, but I'll come to that later. This is also a little slip joint, a little modern little bean. Great little knife. It says it's S35V, and I don't know whether it is or not. This is 8CR13. But it's a great little knife. Cuts, resharpens easily. Well, they both strop really easily. I don't think I've had to resharpen them since I've done them. But I use it just for cutting packages or things like that, where I don't want to dirty my main blade and keep it clean. So I'll set them up here out of the way. But they are a really important part of my collection because I love the smaller knives. I love to carry a secondary knife. So the smaller and more useful they are, the better. This one is honestly like a little razor, and it costs about £3 or something. I mean, it really is. The fit and finish on it. San Remo really do make some excellent small knives if you're ever looking for them. I get mine on GearBest, but they're all over the place. So let's get started. What side shall we go on? We shall go on this side. Benchmade proper. I had that on my other video, but just to say that this is the perfect modern traditional. It's just a lovely knife, really well made. It's a slip joint, and it's just a great carry and a great looking knife for the micarta. I just love micarta handles. It's my new favourite thing. So that is Benchmade's version of the slip joint. This is another one, and I put this in the modern, and I don't know whether you would call it, it's probably modern in its materials. It's probably better than when it first came out, but it's been around for years. But this is a sailor's knife, and this is made by the German company Otter Messer, I should say, in Solingen in Germany. They have been making the knives for years, but this is a more modern version. The stainless steel in this will be, a much better quality than what they originally would have been. The fit and finish on this is absolutely spot on. Really is. And I would say when these first came out, they were quite a rough sort of a knife just meant for sailors working on a ship. Very simple knife, very simple philosophy. Round edge so that you can't stab your apple if you're at ship and the ship lurches. Beautiful knife. I've only just had this, and I'm still enjoying the carrying of it. I haven't done the review yet, so I've been carrying this quite a lot and really, really enjoying it. Now, the next one up is a Boker knife. Again, another German brand. German brands have been around for donkey's years, so they are, they're well equipped to make modern and traditional modern knives. This is a Boker. What is the name of this one? Hauser. And it was a limited run knife, beautiful big handle on it, G10 handle, beautiful 440C. I put this little thumb stud on it because it is handy to get it out one-handed. It just makes it has got a half stop, not a very strong half stop, but it has got a half stop. But it is just a beautiful piece of machinery, really lovely done. Now, and we're going to go up now, and these next three are sort of takes on the old Sodbuster. This is an A.G. Russell who sadly passed away last year. This is one of his Sodbuster designs with a yellow Durlin handle, beautiful shield on it. It's just a blank shield, so it's great for a gift if you wanted to gift it to somebody. Beautiful knife, 8CR13 for a pocket knife. That is absolutely plenty. It strops back in seconds. Beautiful little knife. I probably say that word over and over again, beautiful, but to me they are. I mean, I just love all sorts of knives, so this is another beautiful part of my collection. This was my first custom knife. This was made by a chap called Michael May. If you haven't heard, listen to that. in Sheffield in England, and he's one of the few makers that's about at the minute that I'm really interested in. I've got another one which I'll show you at the minute if you haven't seen him on the channel, but they really are worth going to have a look at his website. Have a look at mine. Look at that. That is English oak. Absolutely beautiful brass bolsters. The file work is just to die for. Comes right round, follows the handle, right round to the termination at the end there. It's just gorgeous. Again, this is all handmade, so it's maybe not completely perfect, but that adds to it. That, to me, that gives it the character. This is a thick, well, not over thick now, don't get me wrong. Some people really want these super thin. This is quite sort of thickish behind the edge compared to some of the knives you get with a blade stock like that. It is a great work knife. It's just, that's it. It's just a big work knife. I don't buy these for to keep safe. I use them. All right, I don't do heavy work with them, but I have no fear of using it for anything that I'm going to use. I'll not be going on the building site with it. But listen to that stuff. It's just such a positive, big knife. Love it. And here's another one. This is Mazarin. This is an Italian one. So we've gone through quite a few American, Italian, German. Here's a Mazarin, a beautiful, again, canvas micarta. I just love it. And look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? It really is gorgeous. Very nice in hand. It's thick enough that it doesn't, I can, get my full hand around it. The blade shape again is that sort of sodbuster pattern. Maybe not so quite snub nose, but it's in D2 as well, which is a really great steel. By the way, that custom came in C70, and I've done a test on that on my channel. Absolutely fine for everyday carry knife C70, as I found out. And this D2 is just like butter through, a knife through butter. Now, let's get down to the bottom end here. This is a bird knife. This is the Spyderco cheap version, and this is their copy of the, I think it's the Tern, the bird Tern, the Spyderco Tern. But it's a full grip knife, small knife, great blade, about the same sort of size as a Delica type knife, just a wee bit smaller, but it gives me a full 4-finger grip with that choil. Absolutely, it never closes in your hand, never will, but it's just a lovely made thing. Again, Spyderco's ergonomics are just perfect on that. And it's actually rounded over, this one. You see, the Chinese ones, they take a bit more care. Again, I've showed this before. This is the UK PK. This is Spyderco's leading light as far as slip joints go. This is an S30V. It's a bigger knife than a Delica. It's got a super grip that locks you in. Again, because it's made in America, and it seems to, I'm sorry to say that, but they don't even refine the edges at all. They just throw them out. I just think it's wrong. I don't think for the price they're charging, they could round them edges over. The same as the PM2. Said it before, and I'll probably say it every time it comes up. But a great knife, great pocket clip, a great knife, fit and finish, very, very good. Apart from that, the grind was horrendous when it came, as most Spydercos have been this last year. Now, here's another little small slip joint that I love. San Remo again, they just make it clips in beautifully. Look at that blade shape. Isn't that just beautiful? The reverse tanto, or whatever they're called, modified sheeps. There's so many names now for them. But I got this, and then look at this. I have a carbon fibre lion steel, and this is the Dom with a sheep foot, and that's a modified sheep. But look at them two together. This knife costs about £3, $4, $5 at the most, and this one costs about 130. But you see, together, what a lovely carry. What a lovely, this is M390. This will do anything you want to do in a day. This is 8CR13. This will do all the mucky works, and this will just take over and do anything. You can open boxes all day with this and not worry about it running out of sharpness. Great knife. Great combo though, don't you think? Nice combo. So, Again, just slip joints. And I try to keep as many wee slip joints as I can about me, the smaller ones. This again is one of my favourite slip joints at the moment. This was my second Michael May custom with my favourite blade shape. Isn't that just gorgeous? The Wharncliffe to me is just a great working blade steel for anything, for whittling, for cutting, for cutting up. I done the test with this one for the steel, and let me tell you, this little bit of steel here, so thin, it cuts through cardboard, but it held an edge longer than I really expected it to, for being C70, which I thought was just a throwaway sort of steel. But it's not. It does absolutely fine. And again, Michael's file work just tickles me, takes it right up onto the blade, and this time right the way round till it's terminated. It's just beautiful. But this is denim micarta. It's not a great way to show it, but you can see it that way there. It's quite dark. It's it's lovely and scuffed as I use it. And I do use this a lot. I carry this a lot. I'm loving it. I have to do a review on it, but I just carry it because I love it. I can't stop taking pictures of it. Most of them are just for me. So, again, a just beautiful part of my collection. And there's very few of these, apart from maybe the cheaper ones here, that will change. They will stay in my collection. Now, this is the other one that hit the knife world sort of by storm this year. Everybody seemed to want one. They beat about quite a bit. And this is the Manley knife. And this is the Manley Wasp. And this one is in... Where is it? Oh, yes. It's at the top there. This was in blade steel. This is a really reasonably priced knife at about, I think it's about £40 or something. S90V steel. They also do a 12C27, which in the testing that Super Steel Steve done, outperformed most steels out there, 12C28. Just a beautiful steel. So, but this one on S90V is just a gem. Again, so thin behind the edge. Great slicer, great user, great worker. I dyed this. It was camo coloured, but I dyed it blue. And it's sort of bluey purple. Lovely pocket clip again on it. Just a really lovely work knife. And that is the Manley. Now, this knife now that I'm going to show you is my best knife by far. Going on materials, going on fit and finish, going on its just usability and workability. This knife, I believe, stands head and tail above everything else on this table. Now, I love other ones as much as I love this, but being honest and being practical, this is just this to me is the pinnacle of a slip joint, a modern day slip joint. This has 20 CV blade steel. This is made in the USA. This has fit and finish that I only wish other knife companies in the USA would do, because we wouldn't need the Chinese brands. If USA companies could make knives like this and bring the price down a bit, because that is the problem. But the fit and finish, the attention to detail, this as a slip joint in particular is one of the safest slip joints you'll ever hold in your hand. There's two positions to hold it. I can get just perfect for me, and I have medium large hand. I can get a full 4-finger grip down here, right? Now this is a really sharp blade. This is really sharp. I have no problem of closing that and then pushing. Look at that. It's not going to cut me at all. Not going to cut me. If it did collapse, which it never has. There's the forward choil if I want to do little small delicate cuts in wood, but that's sometimes the time that a blade would stick. But again, with my finger there, it's not going to move. So every single part of this has been thought out by Rick Hinderer, and it's just, to me, it's just a looker. I know some people maybe don't like the G10. The wave pattern on that G10 is just gorgeous. The thumb stud here can be used as a a quick exit, but why you'd want to do it with a slip joint, I don't know. You get the cap over the pocket retaining clip. You get the cap over it, which I love. It's not lying open. It really is nice. This has got smaller hardware than the XM18s, the normal ones, not the slippies. This is smaller. So yes, you do need an extra bit of gear, which I think is silly for that pivot. Just make it Torx. Although it does look good, or give us the tool with it. You know what I mean? I mean, this is an over $300 knife. This is a £286 UK price, an absolute gem, and it is just, and everything about it, I can't find fault. I really genuinely can't. I have just fallen in love with it, and it's also a very sentimental knife to me, which you'll see if you go back and watch my review on it. We'll not go into that now. So that to me is the gem of my collection as far as slip joints go. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm not going to keep you too long now. I'm going to head off. Again, the next time we'll have more traditional knives. We'll have just locking knives the next time again, and we'll just work through my collection slowly but surely. I've got one more on non-locking knives, and then it'll be another couple on closing locking knives. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm enjoying taking this process through to the end this time. I don't know many times I have tried to get this far in my knife collection, so I'm really enjoying it, and it's in my library. So each time I put a video up, it goes straight into my library. So if you want to see where I am and the previous videos, if you haven't seen them, they're in my library. Please come into the channel, go up to the library and have a look through. There's all sorts of things in my library, but this one you'll see it's just the channel. It's my knife update. Take care. I'm away now, definitely. This cup of tea is stone cold. And not Steve Austin. Right, see you later, boys. Bye now. And girls.